Hey there everyone, and welcome to the Swamp. I hope everybody's having a great weekend. Beautiful day today here in Rhode Island. It was a bit warm or hot yesterday, but today being Sunday, it is cool with a little wind blowing, and it's very nice out. The sun is out. It's much cooler than it was yesterday. So again, welcome to the Swamp, and we are going to take a tour of the circa 1972-ish Sansui QR-45 receiver that I just finished refurbishing. Not the look I originally intended on, but with the repairs I had to make to it, it's the best I could do. But I'm very happy with how it came out, and it is currently for sale. So here we go. Let's take a gander. Let me just talk about the one biggest pain in the ass that I had to deal with was finding the power cord for it. I'm gonna keep you in suspense for another minute or two. So if you haven't seen the video prior to this one in regards to looking at the Sansui receiver, I was working on it the last couple of weeks. Just go back and take a look at that video because it kind of shows a little more detail the damage of the original wooden shell that the unit actually fits in. But I originally wanted the unit to be the original wood grain, wood finish is what my intentions were. But after digging a little deeper into this unit and kind of cleaning it up a little bit, sanding it down, and it didn't take a genius to realize the original look just wasn't going to happen because all the damage. All the corners were pretty much shot. They were just chewed up and just mangled, and the body itself was in rough shape. But with a little Bondo, that's automotive Bondo, and a little bit of hard work, I revitalized this unit, and I'm very happy with how it turned out. Now, Bondo, you think, why in the world? Listen, it works on automotive, all right, for the automotive business. It works on cars and whatnot, and those are in the weather, and it withstands that weather. This is kept in a cool, dry, cool environment. It's going to last forever. It dries hard. It's a great thing to work with. Whether you're working on metal, you're working on wood, it works very well. And I'm gonna, as I said, you should go look at the previous video regarding the receiver that I picked up that I was refurbishing, that I currently finished. Watch that video first if you haven't, because it shows a little more detail about the damage of the shell that I was dealing with. So, as I said, I wanted the original 70s look, the wood grain. So what you should do is, when you're done watching this video, is Google the Sansui QR-4500 receiver. That wood finish is what I originally wanted this unit to look like, but I just couldn't accomplish that with all the body work I had to do for this. It was fun, and I'm going to go dive into the power cord situation quickly before I show this unit. Actually, I went off on a little tangent. So the power cord. So after picking this receiver up, I shortly realized that I didn't have power to it, so I had to rig a power cord to temporarily test it until I found at least, maybe not the original one, but a power cord to actually so I could sell this unit, because the test cord I had was just not okay to use permanently. So a few days ago, I reached out to the woman that I got the receiver from, and she actually I actually bought a few records from her the first time, and she had admitted that she really didn't have any intention on doing anything with the records because it takes effort to sell them. So she was like, I really have no use for them. If you want them, you can take them. So I said, fine, okay. The worst thing I was going to do, I was going to toss out what I didn't want, but I actually kept a few, and I didn't think about it until just now. I'll do another video of the records I kept from that pick right there, or pick up. And I've also got a couple boxes of records that I have for sale. And so we met at her house, and after picking up the records, I had asked her if she by any chance had the original power cord to the receiver, and she wasn't too sure. But it was funny because she had this pile of like cords and extension cords and wires, and I asked her if she minded if I looked. She goes, no, not at all. So I looked. Well, lo and behold, I found the power cord, and I could tell by the rectangular connector, because it disconnects from the receiver. and then you have the power you plug into a wall. So I brought it home. I was thinking about what I was going to do. Do I just fix it because it was spliced together? I keep going off on tangents, but the power cord was spliced because the unit was originally manufactured in Japan, and I'm assuming her husband at the time is the one who bought it, and I believe he was in the service too, and that's probably how he got it. So anyway, so it was spliced like from a cord from the 70s because, as I said, it was manufactured in Japan and it didn't have the transitional cord. So I figured, well, the worst thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make it work better because it was spliced together with electrical tape. So what I did was I cut it again, and I took a newer power cord from a CD player that wasn't working, and I spliced it, and I kind of professionally I used heat shrink. I think it's called heat shrink. Yeah, it's called heat shrink. It fits over the wire, and just use a lighter or a heat gun, and the conduit shrinks down and really bonds it together. And after I did that, I did the outer, and it shrunk everything down, and it came out really good. So I'll show you that when I do the tour of the receiver. But that was an easy fix. But what a pain in the ass to find a power cord. I'd gone on eBay, and I found one somebody was selling for $30. I wasn't going to pay $30. The worst thing was I was just going to wait until I found one at a secondhand store. But I was happy to find the original one that went to this unit. So take a tour with me this way. So as I said, the original finish was not going to happen because of all the body work I did to the unit. But there's the front plate. There's the top. It's the high gloss paint. I love how it came out. Not the original look I intended, but with what I had to deal with. So basically, this corner right here was shot. So if I can get it, this corner was completely shot right here. It was completely gone. This one was pretty hacked up too. It was gone. With Bondo, I fixed all the repairs on it. So I like how it came out. Okay, this way, and everything works on 100%. I'm just gonna spin this around here. Down to the original pads on the feet. There are 4 little velvet pads on the feet, and those are intact too. So here's the back. Let's get the power cord here real quick. The power cord. This is, it was already spliced together anyway. I just updated it with a newer cord, so it's not like I jacked it up with doing something that wasn't necessary. It was already spliced together. I just made it newer with a brand new power cord. So, and I replaced all the fuses in the back here. There are 5 fuses. I replaced them all. And one thing that actually is not done that I don't think it's going to be a problem selling, because the radio is working. This is the original bar antenna, number matching. This number matches the serial number to the unit, which actually comes this way, and it plugs into here. But that is missing for whatever reason. It's not there, and it's not something I can fix. I think you have to get a new one, which is to extend that out like that, and then boom. So I basically took some speaker wire and I just hooked it up to the FM antenna to show that it works, and it's working. Right there. So here you go. But that antenna was the biggest pain in the ass with working on this, because I could not find one. Amazon didn't have them. eBay somebody was selling it, and it might be worth $30 to somebody, but to me, I'm patient. I would eventually ran into one at a secondhand store, because I had been to every secondhand store between here and Massachusetts. So I was looking, and there we go. The original power cord in place. Everything's working. The unit is 100%. And yeah, let's do one more. I love the paint. I'll talk quickly about the paint, about what I did. So basically, I sanded it down to bare wood, took the finish completely off. I used this is the kind of paint I used. This is the primer, but that's the kind of paint I used. And sanded it down. Did the repairs with automotive Bondo. Made everything 100% at that point. I did one coat of primer. This primer right here. All right, I did that primer. I Then I did one coat of the same kind of paint, but not primer paint, but the same kind of the Rust-Oleum stuff. This is really good paint, by the way. It was a gloss black, obviously. So I lost track. I did like 3 or 4 coats, sanding in between each coat. And once that was done, I did 3 coats of clear. I did 3 coats of that. And that's the product you see now is the ending of this project. I was very happy with how it turned out. And as I said, the unit is currently for sale. And I'm debating, do I want to put it in my shop? I have a receiver already, a newer Sony, but you know, I need to sell it. That was the whole purpose of getting it, was to refinish it and learn a little bit. And yeah, I have to sell it now. It's hard. It's like one of my babies. I have to let it go. But you know, it was fun, and I hope you enjoyed this video. As I said earlier, if you haven't seen the previous video in more detail about how dirty and nasty this unit was and how beat up, and you can see all the damage to the wooden box, go back and look for that video. It's a couple of videos prior to this one, and yeah, it was fun, and I look forward to getting rid of this unit. Hard as it is to let it go, it just sounds so good. But I hope you enjoyed this video, everybody, and I will do a video later on with the records that I kept from that pick. And be well to others. Peace.